Are you ready? Can crush us. It don't really get no better than this. The podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody. Power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah, Can Crushers. Yeah, Can Crushers. Let's go.
I am the Rebel Rocker, Ruby Devlin, and I love Can Crushers. Never give up on your dreams. Love you. Mwah.
Happy Valentine's Day! And welcome to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast.
It's all about the love, and I'm doing it.
I love you.
Or how the fuck did the kids do it? I don't know. Fuck it.
By the way, Jenks is trying to make a heart with his fingers.
Well, these kids these days do the difficult one. That's the easy one. But now the kids these days do the whole like fucking weird ass
gang sign.
Yeah, it's like
Sometimes I really wish I felt like editing our videos. I really do.
There's times where I think it's well worth it at that point.
Oh, it's there. Good. Tag, you're it.
That'll
come to a halt real quick.
Let me put it in my schedule.
Yeah. Let's not talk about schedules today, Jenks. Let's not talk about schedules today.
Let's not.
How was your week, sir?
Oh, it's been fun. Unlike you, I had no reason to be up as long as I have been, but I have been up way too many nights this week, just waking up in the middle of nights because the dogs are being a-holes at this point. I feel like Bailey was pushing me off the bed one night.
They're prepping you. They
are prepping me. They're very much prepping me. Charlie's trying to run down the hall, have an accident, so I got to run him outside. And then by the time I get back in, I might as well have a cup of coffee and just wake up at that point because I'm chasing children at this point. So
literally and figuratively right now.
Literally and figuratively. I wouldn't change it for anything, but that's just been my week. We have other things going on, but all things considered, not too bad, not too shabby of a week, right?
Right.
So, can't say I enjoyed the Super Bowl any, but that's a different story for a different time.
I will tell you, we can get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't watch 1 millisecond of anything on Sunday. None of it.
Were you working?
No.
Oh.
I just chose not to.
I don't blame you.
I glanced at my ESPN app every once in a while to see numbers at end of quarters and stuff, but I didn't watch any of it. I have not seen or go back to watch, nor will I ever or plan to, anything of the halftime show that people are up in arms about. And I'm stepping away from it all. Like, I heard the game was a big pile of shit. Halftime, 50-50, 6-7, apparently, if you liked it or not.
Yeah, I mean, the game was a defensive, if you like defense.
Right.
Definitely worth watching. I enjoyed good defense battle. Or a good defense just steamrolling people. But this looked like I was playing on rookie mode in any football game whatsoever.
Nice.
Like, that's how bad it looked. The halftime show, whatever your opinions are, whatever, I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. But I get it. So it's not some people's cup of tea. So, agreed. Just avoid it and move on. it had a nice message at the end, and I think that was all that really mattered out of it.
Right.
So,
would you, if they would have called you the night before and said, hey, I do know this, by the way, if they would have called you the night before and said, hey, do you want to be a tree in the halftime show? Would you have made the appearance?
I mean, if they're paying for the flight, why not?
Well, yeah. You don't have to pay for anything. You're going to San Francisco. You're going to be a tree.
I was staying there for 15 minutes to be a tree.
Right.
I mean, that's the least of my worries at that point.
I did see that on TikTok of trees just during commercial break. A trillion trees running. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I guess technically I looked at it. It was sugarcane is technically what it was, what it's supposed to be. But then I also saw that they're selling costumes of it now. So if you want to be
of course they did that with Katy Perry's drunken shark.
Listen, Left Shark was a inspiration to us all in that Super Bowl. I don't know what it is about the Seahawks in weird Super Bowl. Like Super Bowl
it was.
It was the Seahawks that had Left Shark, and it's the Seahawks that have the sugarcane tree mat people. I will say this. Kimberly and I enjoyed halftime, but we were also playing Who's That, Who's This, because you had celebrity guest appearances, right? And there's like 5 of them in the one area. One is now apparently the ex-girlfriend of Stephon Diggs, which that happened during the game, so that was something else entirely. But you play guess, we were like, oh, we know who that is, and it was. I think if you take the Super Bowl as it is, you take the halftime show as it is, and how it's presented, you're gonna have a good time.
And that's all you should.
Exactly. You don't make it too serious.
Right.
I think it's just been taken too seriously a little bit. So it was good. I get it, but I get your point. There was no reason. What did you do instead?
Well,
did you binge watch some Tough Men to get some more?
Essentially, yes, I did. Because Friday night I watched the entrant round to get into Saturdays that we talked about.
Time out. We had an entrant round. I thought it was only Saturday.
No, Fridays they like hundreds of people sign up for this, and then they have to wheel it down to get into.
We have a tournament to get into this thing,
and just to get the numbers to like 64.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Or whatever they make it out to be. Yeah. So there's maybe like 30 fights to get it down to, so you get into the Tough Man thing. Okay. So that's all. They always broadcast that no matter what. It's always on.
Is this on the news app too?
Yeah, of course it was.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
There's no more on the news app this year, though. They have.
Oh.
They made that known because they were very PC. They got you in by watching the fights, and the commentating wasn't up to par of when you watch it on pay-per-view because it's like me and you and Moochie and like idiots doing a broadcast, which makes it so much. So it was like, oh, there's a left hook, there's a right hook, I'm like, something's wrong. And then I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm watching it on the fucking news channel in West Virginia. Yeah. So it was very PC. It was cleaned up.
It was a freebie. Yeah. Okay.
So Friday, I just watched it. I'm like, this is usually why I don't watch Fridays. But there were some chef's kisses on there. Saturday was the tournament. So I watched the tournament, essentially, which was great minus the audio. I mean, the audio was great, but the commentary just threw it off a little bit. Also on Saturday night was Redneck Brawl. The one that who the hell is the guy? Son of a bitch. It's their competitor, essentially. When this one travels, okay? So this one travels. So I'm like, oh shit, this one's on Metro News, this one's on pay-per-view. I can go back and watch the one on pay-per-view at a later date. Well, Sunday was the later date that I wanted to watch it because I've never really watched a whole Redneck Brawl. So I'm like, let's start this. Oh, at 5:30. I don't care about the Super Bowl this year. I'll just look at my numbers. So I watched Tough Man on Friday, Tough Man on Saturday, and then Sunday I watched the Redneck Brawl. I did nothing this past weekend but watch mutants fight each other. But the Redneck Brawl, you see, it's almost like an organization, a promotion, because they have wins and loss records. These people travel with them.
So wait, are you going into the free one, the Tough Man competition, with hopes of getting picked up by the Redneck Brawl?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you want to get recognized, so maybe that's the way you do it. You dominate that. That's your intro to it.
Maybe, yeah.
It's your indie. Your indie.
Barstools has something to do, I think, with
the Redneck one?
With the Redneck one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they have some. That Barstool was slipping my mind.
That's fair.
But they travel. Like their next one, I think, is in like 3 weeks in Oregon or somewhere. They were in Toledo, Ohio. Now they're going somewhere else. And Little Jimmy called out Big Brian, and that's one of the matches. It's just 1-on-1. Every match, the winner gets a crown in the backyard, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't remember, but yeah,
not Little Jimmy trying to dominate the Redneck Brawl.
Yeah, Redneck Brawl. Yeah, there's some backstories. They know some shit, and I'm like, oh, where the Tough Man is, me, you, we're in the tournament. We're trying to make it through.
Yeah,
you lose, see you later, and you're usually from like that vicinity of where they're from, where they're at. I mean,
yeah, that makes sense.
So in 2 weeks, it is in Wheeling again, but schedule's just not going to work out. That I will not be going this year, and I'm kind of bummed.
Yeah,
because that's a 10-mile run day, so I'm either going to be good, and I'm like, oh man, I should have went, or I'm going to be dead.
And I'm glad I didn't go. Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't go.
Probably the better option to just say, you know what, not go and see how you do afterwards.
I can watch it for free at home. I don't have to drive back from West Virginia.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So the work week has been a pile of shit, and I'll just leave it at that. Sir Michael Jenks, I had to do something I have not done since I started this journey. I had to skip a run because time just didn't work out between basketball and water leaks and podcasts and dogs that are dogging.
Yeah.
So it was an easy run, only 3.5 miles. So it's not like it was a big run.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just can't. There's nothing you can do. You're going to miss it sometimes, and the important thing is you're keeping up with it most days and not losing track of the end goal.
Right.
So.
Right.
Still kudos.
And I'm only shout out to anybody on here. I don't think I've said it. My St. Jude's run is a month and a day away, essentially. And my goal to raise $500, I'm up to like 420, I think was the last I saw. So
nice.
Yeah. If you see it on TikTok or anything else, the link is still there if you'd like to donate. This is not me begging you, but if you feel gutsy and all of that, that's awesome. If not, it's gotta be 500.
Get him the
before, yeah.
Give him the $4.99.
Yes. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. I still get to run no matter what. My place is saved. It was just something that I'm like, I'll try for this tier to give back to St. Jude's is what I was doing.
That makes total sense.
So this is a special, by the way, folks. This is a special. It's not a normal show. We are going to be diving into power couples of wrestling in non-power couples of professional wrestling.
Yes.
But a lot has happened this week that we touched on that we're like, ho, 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 ho. And it wasn't Santa Claus.
No, it was not Santa Claus. He's still on vacation in Mexico last time I checked. So
Mexico, you go first because I know where you want to go.
Oh, well, I'm going straight at the TNT Championship that is now the title match that is now Match of the Year candidate on my list. Ciampa and Fletcher went balls to the wall on free TV and said, you know what? We're going to outdo everything that might be at Grand Slam Australia on Saturday. This thing was perfect. It was great from start to finish. I was surprised that Ciampa didn't keep the belt longer, but maybe it's just a nod to him after leaving the company and saying, hey, you know what? Here's a title for 10 days, 10, 11 days. Have at it. But Jesus Christ. I knew it was going to be good, and it delivered.
It really did. And I am so happy that in both matches, essentially, there wasn't funny business.
Yes.
You're like, Mark, you only said one. Well, right, because that was Jenks's take from it.
Yeah.
Mine is the Tecklin and Stat strap match, which was the main event of the card, and it just ended up being a bloody mess, unbelievable, amazing match. It's already made it on my docket for best match of the year as well. And it was also another title change.
Yeah. 2.
Yeah.
2 on free television on Dynamite.
Yeah. So Jenks said right before recording that Collision is going to be unbelievable, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah. Grand Slam Australia, which is basically Collision.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking great. You got the ladder match. Brody and MJF are going to have a great match. Yeah.
You brought that up last week.
Yeah.
When was the last time we've seen a singles ladder match?
Yeah.
Tony Khan listens.
Tony Khan listens and delivers. So now we have the ladder match. We have Brody and MJF that will have an actual match and do business for each other. Whether you like the stipulation or not, the person that gets pinned loses their hair is going to be fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
So,
I really think it's going to be Tony off of what was done this week.
What was done this week with Mina getting her hair cut, Tony seems like the top contender. I also still feel like Yuta is probably second. And here's the other thing. We know the next night, if you've seen this when they do the house show down there, it's actually Mox and Marina versus Tony and Orange. So I don't know if that means Yuta's getting the haircut and they're saving it for TV to reveal the finished look for Dynamite, or if we're just touring Tony Storm out there, bald as can be. We will find out.
Yeah. I would have to imagine, lose her hair or not, Tony wanted to be there. Yeah.
100%.
And just to have her come out the next day or whatever, that house show, that's her saying, all right, I know I'm losing my hair, but I'm running with this.
I'm owning it at this point.
Yeah.
Which, to your point about the wigs, interchange the hair, do whatever you got.
She can go from Avril Lavigne, why'd that pop in my head, to Sideshow Bob.
It's complicated. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I'm hoping she goes the angle route where he put the wrestling headgear on over top of the wig to hold the wig in place. I think that would be something. Fucking bless you. Bless you.
I'm still a little damp. So.
Too much moisture in his lungs right now. He's trying to get back. Yeah. But it's going to be fun.
Yeah. If you're not watching anything, make sure you watch that for sure. Did anything else pique your eye this week, sir?
Let's see. Tony getting going to Raw. Becky getting goaded into a match against AJ Lee, I think is what we're getting it early. We're getting it in Chi-Town. Yeah, the Elimination Chamber, which I was intrigued by, but also tells me we're getting into a 1-in-1 situation where maybe AJ wins the title Chicago, then loses it again in Las Vegas.
In Mania.
Yeah. So I feel like we're getting into that little territory with that. That would be the one thing that kind of stood out for me. The rest of it was kind of status quo, expected, more or less.
I'm thinking that this ICU match for the women is definitely going to end up being a multi-woman match at Mania.
Okay.
Because AJ references Maxine.
Mm-hmm.
Natty's popping off a lot. Natty's got some heat with Becky right now. Bailey and Becky always have heat. You know, can you leave her off another big pay-per-view? At least you throw her in. I think it's going to be this way AJ doesn't lose it. Becky doesn't win it, but doesn't lose it at Mania.
Right.
It maybe goes to somebody else to do, and you can build more, because if it's just going to switch back and forth between Becky and AJ, you know, I don't know. Maybe that could stale a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. I could see it. It could be the multi-woman ladder match. You know, it could be the ladder match of the night. So that is a possibility.
Chelsea.
Not Chelsea.
Not
Broke her ankle.
Yep. I know.
So, I guess that is more than 6 weeks away. So theoretically, she could come back, but I feel like a ladder match is too risky on coming back from a broken ankle.
That soon of a ladder match.
Yeah, that soon of a ladder match. I think down the road ladder match, yeah, we're fine. But yeah,
that's hers to win this year.
I don't think she's losing it. Yeah, I mean, she should be back in time for that.
Yeah. The Money in the Bank is what I'm, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she doesn't cash in for a while. It becomes a huge gimmick of hers. Almost like Carmella had. Nobody else has had the freaking thing longer than
a week.
Yeah. Chelsea can build this as a gimmick that, oh shit, maybe Chelsea's the first one that forgets to cash it in by next WrestleMania. That's her gimmick.
That could be it. She doesn't cash it in by the deadline, and then all of a sudden she remembers she has to cash it in by the end of the women's ladder match or something like that, and she's chasing people around the arena just trying to get the belt.
Yeah. And she can make it work.
Yeah.
And you can, it's a storyline within the storylines that you have going.
Exactly.
You just have her built into it. Is something happens and she needs a cash in, there it is. Go if there's an injury. If not, we run with this, and she gets essentially a great run of a year.
Yep, 100%.
Anything else that you saw noteworthy?
Well wishes to Braun Breaker out for indefinitely. That's tough. Hernia surgery.
Yeah, those are
too
tough to come back from.
Yeah, now I obviously don't believe my theory was on track there with the fuck around find out, but I think it was prevalent until the Monday after, when Braun allegedly it happened during Raw when he flipped the table.
Right.
So I think it was on track, but now whatever they're planning is not going to happen.
The mask guy is Waller.
I can see that. He does seem.
I've looked some more. When I had time this week, I'm like, because Waller now has a goatee.
Yeah.
The mask guy is Waller. His theory just got there. Yeah.
But I guess, how do you ingrain Waller into this?
I don't know.
I hope he gets.
It was good.
Yeah. I hope he gets a new finisher. His finisher is cool. It's not feasible.
Right. Nothing to say. I agree.
Nothing to say. And
not main event finisher.
Yeah, it is not a main event finisher. It's not one that you can just pull off in a match and it makes sense because you have to go to the outside and you come in. It doesn't make any sense. So
Before we get into the power couple, I have one more thing. I didn't know if you heard it, you saw it, or anything. We stay away from it for the most part, but it's pretty big. Janelle Grant's going to start speaking. So next week, she starts speaking. Sit back and listen if you're engulfed in all of that. That's pretty huge.
that's fair.
So we'll see. I don't know. Power couples. Which one do you want to do first? Non or yes?
Let's do.
Are you doing anything with your wife, by the way, tonight?
We did something last night.
Ooh.
We went out last night. We're not going out on amateur night. I'm saying. But yeah, we went out and had a nice, lovely dinner. Got some roses and that, so we're good to go.
I saw. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. I saw. If you go out on the 13th, it's your mistress. If you go out on the 14th, it's your girlfriend. If you don't go out, it's your wife.
That's interesting. I never knew that. Well, mine's all three, so in one package.
Well, yeah.
It's a good time. But wait, what are we doing? Best?
You said
worst?
best first.
Power? Yeah, let's do best.
Right.
Best, worst, and different.
I'm gonna go first.
You go first.
I want you to go first in the not so powerful ones.
Okay.
Kelly Blanchard and Baby Doll. When they were together, I know she was linked with the Horsemen, but prior to the engagement of the Horsemen, it was Telly and Baby Doll. Yes, I know she was with Dusty and but they became just Baby Doll became Baby Doll with Tully, being just ruthless and doing anything under the sun to help Tully either keep that TV title or the national title or anything he had. Years ago, we talked to Baby Doll, and she told stories about just that white fucking heat when they were worried that they were going to get killed. And she just talked like, hey, this is when it was it. And it was like so hot that you had to get shuttled to the next town before you took a shower and like all that crazy stuff. So that always lived in my head. And just that was my childhood. I remember her just being with Tully all the time. Powerful enough, but not do the realms of where I'm going to go with the other ones.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm going to go recent best power couple. I'm going to be obvious here. Becky and Seth have dominated modern professional wrestling, and I think it needs to be called out. They are through and through the dominant, whether they're not in storyline together or not. They are still dominating all professional wrestling. There's no clean cut breaks here in where we're in the era we're in. It's not like they turn on each other, they have to break up on screen, etc. It's basically they're running their ship on whatever they're doing. At times they come together, and at times they don't need to be. But whenever they are together, it's a extremely powerful couple to knock off and beat. So I got to go with Becky and Seth. They have dominated main event at WrestleMania after WrestleMania as well.
I have them as well. And you can see that the WWE/TKO has stock in them because even though they're both villainous, essentially they're out there at Crickett's or at Kroger's or this place or that place being the faces of WWE TKO. Yep. Seth's doing shit on Netflix when he was hurt.
Yep.
Becky's doing things around. They're on every Hot Wing and Eat It, type of show. Yeah. So, yeah, they are the power couple. Not that I'm not ranking these 1 through 5. These are just 1 to 5.
Yeah.
But let's call a spade a spade. In the business right now, they are the power couple.
Absolutely. There's nobody passing them.
So since you knocked one of mine off, I'll go again.
Go for it.
It's Triple H and Steph too.
Yeah. Yep, that's one of mine.
Yeah, I mean, do we need to say anything? I mean, Triple H has went from, an American blue blood in WCW to being hogwashed to, whatever you want to say, nepotism or whatever else. Vince has been gone now, and Trips is running this, and Steph you see floating in and out, but in the ring era too, when they were both wrestlers, with my air quotes, they were a must-see show. You didn't know what they were going to do when they were together at WrestleManias.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. And in the early 2000, it was basically them running the show, the McMahon-Helmsley era, and it dominated airwaves. And they were the main heel group. These two were going at it. And there was a time when they weren't officially official outside of the ring, too. But it's one of those things where they've grown over time and they understood what they were doing. Even through the on-screen divorce or whatever the bullshit is, they've dominated time and time again. And honestly, anytime you bring up WWE, it's synonymous with Trips, with Stephanie. And you can make the argument that you want to make with Triple H in the Attitude Era and his involvement and whatnot. He still has a very heavy influence all the way through, going back to the 2000s. And Stephanie, obviously, being at the forefront of all of that. In the Authority era is often overlooked. That was good TV for professional wrestling. And I still think Survivor Series 2014, Authority versus Team Cena, one of the best Survivor Series matches there ever was. So,
my long runs are on Saturdays now. So I now have skipped watching myself run through deserts and everything. I just have that on the iPad, the track miles and everything. I'm now running Royal Rumbles. Because I did it with the women. So this past week, I just went on YouTube, and it's the first one that popped up. I think it was 89, which is a rough one to watch.
Yeah, it's not Big John Studd wasn't carrying that one for. Right.
But I'm like, I haven't watched these in a while because it's been a couple years since I racked through the Rumbles like we were doing all the time.
Yep.
So I just put it on 8 miles, and I'm like, let's go. Ran the Rumble. So I should start doing the old school Survivor Series.
I tried to do that for a while.
Matches, though.
Yeah, I did that for a while. I will say 88 was a pretty damn good Survivor Series card, especially the tag team one. I really like the tag team one. What one did I watch before the Rumble? Oh, I watched 2000. And that one always cracks me up when Bob Backlund comes out. Because JR, I don't know why, just hates Bob Backlund.
He hates him.
He goes, what the hell is Bob Backlund doing here? And for some reason, I crack up every single time I fucking hear that line. Because it's on the Attitude Era was something totally different, and Backlund shows up, and it's just a misfit out of time at that point.
Maybe that's Saturday. Maybe I'll make that one Saturday.
2000. Also, Xbox bump in the middle of that Rumble, where he just flies out like he's just the guy that got kicked out of the ring. This is big. Xbox bump is do 2000. It's definitely holds up. Yeah, it doesn't hold up, but it's still good.
It's still good. All the Rumbles are good. So we essentially have 3 off our lists.
We did well. I still have 3 on my list.
I did Tally Baby Doll.
Yeah, I did Becky and Seth, and you did Trips and Steph. So
yeah, I'm
going to do the next one, which I know probably is on your list. It's Macho. It's Queen Elizabeth. We got to give them their pomp and circumstance here. I mean, they were the definitive, probably the first couple really synonymous with WWE, and really was over the top main event team and everything. Listen, the Mega Powers imploding was centered around Elizabeth. And
Without a
it
doubt.
carried a major impact to storylines for many years.
Today.
The reuniting of Macho and Elizabeth after WrestleMania 7 when Sherry turned her back on the Macho King. People cried at the wedding later that year, partially due to the snake attack, but that's a different story. But this thing defined WWE in the late 80s, early 90s, and it carried into WCW a little bit, although a little less impactful, but
It was still
one
there.
of those things. It was still there, and people still recognized it.
This was, and I'm not rating these, but this was
Yeah.
the first one I wrote down months ago when we said we were doing this.
Yeah.
Because this was, again, going back, this was my childhood. Elizabeth was probably my first crush, pro wrestling crush by far. She was just amazing. And then just the way everything you said, that whole dynamic of, you know, he treated her like shit, but she came back. She always helped him, this, that, and the other. They brought the powers back together. They separated the powers. It was everything. And they were doing the same thing that Seth and Becky are doing. You know, they were popping up here, popping up there. Just unbelievable. I can't add anything else that you just said.
Yep. Absolutely.
So I'll do my last one then.
Do your last one.
Chelsea and Cardona.
Oh.
Because when they took over. He's the indie god. And then when Chelsea left a major organization, she floated around. She did NWA. But what they did on the indies and then GCW, they are just so good. And maybe it could happen a little bit. I mean, Cardona in the WWE right now, nobody really cares that he's there. Everybody's all on Chelsea, and that's good. You should be.
Absolutely.
But they get their flowers because when they were running the indies and doing GCW and everything, they were the couple that you wanted at WrestleCade, WrestleCon, this indie show, that indie show. They're so fucking good.
I agree. I can't deny that. It crossed my mind a little bit. But then I'm also like, no, I just didn't want to put them in there. But you're right. The indie god here's so I can full admission. This list is leaning a little bit WWE heavy because that's where the loyalties lie at one point on my side. But I see where you're coming from. When you take into account the indie work, the NWA, all of that stuff, you're right. He post WWE career up until the recent run.
And now,
they have dominated, and it is rightfully justified that they are a top 5 power couple. Yeah. So I get it.
More by Chelsea.
More by Chelsea, of course. We can't give Cardona that much credit. So
right.
Yeah. No. All right. So I got 2 left.
How do you have 2? Oh, because
I stole a couple of yours. So yeah. So I think this one I'm going to call out. Punk and AJ to me is a fantastic power couple.
I knew you'd have this one. That's why I put Chelsea and Cardona on.
That's fine. I went this route because, listen, they left basically around the same time. They were frustrated with professional wrestling, but their influence never left professional wrestling.
No.
And at the time, and over those 10 years until Punk came back and then finally came back to WWE, and then we finally got AJ back in the fold last year, it was building up and they could carry a story. They were great on screen as in that whole back and forth. Well, they won't, whatever it is. They're both great professional wrestlers, entertainers that could carry a program without it. But that 10-year gap where you could not forget about them, maybe because there was a little hint of the forbidden fruit and we can't talk about it type of thing. But truly, they reached a legendary status that could not be achieved by anybody else and had us clamoring for them to be back and to come home where they belonged through it all. And
Light It Up has always been one of my favorite songs.
100%.
Of course, Call to Personality is great too, but
Light It Up.
Light It Up was
chills. You get chills because we knew it was coming last September when it did, and it still hit us like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
And
nothing against Punk, but I think AJ leads this too.
I agree. I think he would agree. And you were talking about
Punk's got some. We all know I love him. He's fucking tattooed on me.
Yeah.
He's got baggage, and sometimes his is hard to unpack.
Right.
She left because she left. Yeah, it was associated with Punk, but
she was mentally drained.
Places.
Yeah, she was mentally drained. She left to leave and clear her mind and get away from what the pressures of the industry was and what was being pushed on him. Yep, and became a fantastic author. Grew above what she was being pigeonholed into, and luckily spread her wings and did more with what she could with her talents in that. So that's why I put him on the list. I think rightfully justified.
Agreed. And she was part of WoW for a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah. My final one is just looking back at it, carried hilarity, some fun, and a lot of royalty. Really, it's Queen Charmel and King Booker, because that whole period was to die for at that point.
It was.
They were hilarious together. The chemistry was off the charts, and they still carry it from time to time. I love what they've done, and they've carried it so well going forward. And even the little cameos that have popped up over the years with Charmel and her making it to the Hall of Fame and King Booker, just so fucking great. I cannot stress how amazing that time was. Them, Cena and Booker trying to strike a deal for Charmel. It was a whole thing. Wrong in the time, wrong now, but still funny. There's so many things that were just funny out of this whole thing.
Of all these power couples, so many major storylines came because of them.
Yep, absolutely.
And have molded wrestling to today, essentially. I mean, the oldest one we have on the list is Tully and Baby Doll.
Baby Doll, yep.
But we can go back on that U.S. lineage or the TV lineage to get it up to Cardona and Chelsea, essentially.
Yep.
I love your list. I am bummed that we didn't get to have Bebe and the Doc on this. But things happen.
Things do happen. I think
because they were heading that way.
They were heading that way, but things happen.
Injuries and stuff.
Yeah. Injuries and mental health, I think, just take a toll at that point. So,
yeah. So where do you think these guys are all going today? Any place special? I mean, Macho and Liz are celebrating up in heaven. We know that.
They're going to a nice steakhouse up there. I think you got a lot of these people, nice little, maybe Italian place. Punk's probably going to a hockey game, to be honest.
I was going to say,
I don't know if AJ's going with him. They're probably playing. Trips and Steph are probably doing some sort of sport. They're in Greenwich. They're at Titan Towers, new Titan Towers. So, yeah, I think they're having a good night.
I'm hoping so.
All right. We're ready for this? The worst?
The worst.
The worst. It's my turn to go first, right?
I'm not sure if these are going to cross, and this is great. This is great. I hope they don't cross.
I hope they don't either.
So we actually have 10 instead of 5 that we had.
I'm hoping, we'll give us 7 on that one, but okay.
All right, go ahead. The worst non-power couples ever that got thrown together for no reason.
My first one is one that really should have never happened. Probably, I don't know why they did it, and it would not fly today. I have to put Billy and Chuck on this list, because why in God's green earth do you put either of those two together in those gimmicks throw Rico on top of that, and then do a wedding for them that turns out with a fake minister. I get it set up 3-minute warning in them, but we pushed a lot of things that we should not have been pushing at that time in hindsight.
Remember last month when we did our good list, bad list of tag teams, and we named 3 tag teams that were exactly the same of the American Males, the Heartthrobs.
The Dicks.
The Dicks. Billy and Chuck should have been incorporated with them. They should have been 4, essentially.
Yeah, 100%. They just pushed Billy and Chuck a lot more towards the relationship zone than they did the actual tag team. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Different times,
different viewpoints.
Yeah.
Political culture.
Not fly today.
No, absolutely not.
You want to know what else wouldn't fly today?
What's that?
Mark Henry and Mae Young.
I wasn't sure if you were going this route or not.
Of course I was. This was my first one on the list months ago when we talked about this because, listen, I can take a lot of stuff. I like a little bit of this, a little bit of that here and then. This just was foul from the get-go. That I was like, oh my God. I don't need to go into it. If you remember it, you remember it. If you don't, Google search it yourself. Google search it yourself.
All I'm saying is at a reunion show, they reunited the family.
Yeah, sure did.
One hand at a time.
I hated that. Absolutely. I took Kai and Ty chopping off Val Venus's dick better than I took this. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that was more realistic, I feel like. In terms of
because
in terms of a hand, in terms of giving birth to a hand,
sausage hanging there that they cut off.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, in terms of giving birth to a hand, I think that's a little more legitimately
right. You didn't think we were going to fuck up your Valentine's Day, did we?
Did you?
Welcome to Can Crushers.
We just brought back the Val Venus castration
after giving birth to a hand.
Yes.
Your next one, sir.
My next one. So I'm taking a gimmicked version of these two because I feel like they became more of a higher level couple outside of the WWE. But when they were hired by WWE, they really just were terrible. And it is Maria and Mike Kanellis. And the way they treated them during that run of the WWE was absolutely abysmal. You couldn't connect with them. You couldn't do anything with them. Things didn't just work out. It was just bad. And it sucked because they were so talented and they reached different levels out of the company. But to me, that short stint with the company, the love bites or love stinks or whatever it is, the cucking, whatever ended up being, was just
love
terrible.
Bites like stings. That's a song.
Yeah. Yeah. They went into the kind of the power of love type aspect. It just didn't work and it didn't fly. And to me, it stuck out like a sore thumb when I was thinking back on the worst things. To me, it was just cringy horrible. So I had to put them on the list.
Yeah, I still to this day don't know where they were going with that.
I don't either.
I don't think they did either.
No, and I think they did a disservice to them without having a clear direction of what they wanted to go with that.
Yeah. Because Mike was a hell of a wrestler. Maria was one of your first pinup girls from what the hell do you call it? The contest that you had.
Yeah. Tough enough contest type or Diva Search, essentially.
Yeah. Like she was, when she was first there, she's going to run.
Yeah. And
bring them back.
You bring them back and you destroy them.
Yeah. Did it kind of, when they left again and they went other places, stuck with them a little bit.
The stink didn't wear off. I mean, they found success elsewhere,
Right. They did.
but the stink just could not get off of them after that point.
Yeah. My next one was Dusty and Sapphire. I understood it. I really did. But it was just Vince being Vince to Dusty in all the wrong Dusty ways and Vince's ways and all of this that, good Lord, they just didn't belong together. No.
You can only make it work so much, and there's just no way to do it. I had them on here, then I thought of one that was a little bit cringier in that terms, but Dusty and Sapphire just didn't work. But again, to your point, it was Vince sticking it to Dusty and saying, "Screw you, man."
Yeah.
And that coupled with the African Dream, that with Akeem was just terrible.
Okay, you're up again.
All right, I'm gonna go. This one was heavily involved in storylines for a long time, for a few years, but it never made sense. It just didn't click for me, like why they were together, and it honestly kind of dragged it a little bit. Edge and Vicky Guerrero.
That was my next one.
Was it? Okay, they did not mesh well together. It just felt awkward every time you saw it. And it just didn't carry as much as they wanted to. I get it.
The dating
the fake marriage,
awkward sex scenes.
Oh, it was just horrible.
I'm not saying it was real quick after Eddie, but it was still not
far enough. Yeah,
that gave me a bad taste.
They had, honestly, at this, I know why they did it. It was the Edge was the ultimate opportunist, so he was taking advantage of a grieving widow type thing, and
he was a heartthrob too,
type of thing. So that's why they pushed it, but it just never clicked or made sense the way they did it.
No.
And even to that point, the Dolph Ziggler angle after that with Vicky was 10 times worse because they were trying it again.
Yeah, see, I was almost going to, pigeonhole both of these together and be like, well, I have a double because the Dolph one was, Edge was bad because it was too quick for me.
Yeah.
With Vicky and Eddie and everything. But the Dolph one was like, because they took it farther, essentially, than Edge and Vicky did, that they were doing more. And I'm like, I don't know. Just this isn't working. This isn't why are we getting, and they were force fed every week, at least twice a show doing something.
Oh, absolutely. And it never stopped. And it was like, why are we doing this over and over and over again?
Yeah. Well, you took that one off my list as well. So you're just knocking mine out of the park.
You're welcome.
I will go with Perry Saturn and Terry Runnels.
Oh, I thought you were going Moppy.
No, well,
I forgot about Mop. As soon as you said Perry Saturn, I thought you went Moppy, and I'm like, man, that would have been better than the ones I have on my list right now. But go on with Terry.
It led to it, essentially. Yeah. Like, this had ramifications, and I know you could say, Mark, whatever, they all could have had, like Macho Man and Liz had ramifications outside the ring too, but this had major ramifications outside of fucking professional wrestling. Like, there was some bad blood. Taylor Swift wasn't even around, but that song was written for these two. Like, it's just not good what happened with Terry and Perry, which, yes, it did lead to Moppy, which, whatever. That was a great segment as long as it lasted. These two just never, because Terry she didn't just leave the Marlena role.
Yeah.
Because she was with PMS for a little bit as well, which was they just had nothing to do with either one of these two. So they were just standing in catering and say, oh, it's a guy and a girl. Yep. You guys can go do stuff together. Here, we're going to write that you're going to do this. You're going to do this. And it's going to turn into a sexual escapade that was like watching a monkey in a football. Remember that connotation.
Couldn't said it better myself. But yeah, I agree. Oh man. All right. Man, I really wish I would put Moppy on this list. All right. My fourth one that I bring up was one that I'm leaning into the general managers a little bit in this list. Mine is Teddy Long and Crystal, because
I forgot about this.
Exactly. You forget about them because it did absolutely nothing for no one. And honestly, it somehow carried for several months and led to a wedding on TV.
We haven't had a wedding in a while, Tony Khan.
We haven't. No, we have not.
Maybe we need
OC
and
Mina and Tony.
Fropple.
That's all. Yeah, there you go. That actually might be happening at Revolution.
Yeah.
But yeah, these absolutely forgettable. I could not tell you one storyline that came out of it. I know it corrupted Teddy Long for a while.
Oh yeah, because he was thinking otherwise.
Exactly, but it was so forgettable that it wasn't even anything. I can't even remember where Crystal came from. I think maybe the Diva Search.
Diva Search as well. I don't think she won.
I don't think so either, but it was just bad. Terrible storytelling, terrible everything. It did nothing to further no one at all. No. So it made my list.
Well, then the next one's going to make another list. Because it's Kane and Tori.
Oh. Okay.
They just, like, this was still a little bit like of baby Kane. Yeah. He had done his Undertaker stuff, but he was just kind of getting away to do by himself now, essentially.
Yeah.
And you throw him with Tori, that is kind of new as well. And they both just looked out of place together. You have this monster, and this beautiful woman. I know it's Beauty and the Beast, and they tried playing that a little bit. Wrestling fans don't want Disney. They don't. It just and I saw a picture of this one because I was kind of like spent on some of them. I'm like, I don't know. So I kind of just flipped through real quick. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know if they said, stand like you guys don't know each other. You don't know your professional wrestlers. You don't know your characters. It was a house show picture that they were just there. Just like, what are we doing?
Listen, that Jezebel cheated on him, okay? That with X-Pac of all people.
Right? That makes sense, though. Her and X-Pac hooking up because
she was with Kane. Yeah. I mean, that was a good one. But I couldn't take it. I could not. Kane was a legitimate threat. So, yeah, it did not work, did not make sense. But at the same token, I was like, okay, Kane does his own thing. So,
right.
It's the same thing of, what was it? Kane in China and some former like the 99 where they left for the corporation type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of a weird, 99 was weird for Kane.
But China
they worked together.
Yeah, but they were forced together.
Yeah.
They made more sense to me because I don't know, I'm being an ass, like body build, and they were kind of forced together on us.
They were monsters in their own right. For their
divisions. Yeah. Or he just didn't.
That's true.
Maybe it was the story that was the bad part of this.
Okay, again, Jezebel. Second of all.
Yeah, anybody sleeping with X-Pac? My God. You want to go down that story?
No, thank you.
We need more explicit on that one.
Right. But to your point, Tori didn't last more than a year.
Yep. Right.
You know? So, yeah, she pops up in the Attitude Era, but she really brought nothing to the table.
Right.
For what it was, besides being a plot device.
And that's what it was.
Yeah. 100%. So,
one more just popped in my head. So go ahead.
Okay. Wait, do you have one left? Or
I don't have any left except the one that popped in my head.
What's the one that popped in your head? Before I do the one I wanted
Ken
to.
Shamrock and his sister.
Oh, Ryan. Oh, and then she went to Gold Dust.
Yeah.
And then didn't Meanie get it? Meanie was involved in this whole thing. Oh,
Right.
That was just a rough storyline.
It didn't last long, for the love of God. It might have been like 2 weeks or something, but yeah.
Thank Jesus.
Right. His sister, stepsister, step cousin. I don't know.
I don't know what you
where
call it.
they were portraying this as at this point, but
I don't know why, how, or what. Yeah.
Yeah. Your last one. Is this the one you've been saving?
Yes, it is.
Oh, this is the one that.
So I hyped this up a little bit. I decided to get cute with my last one, and it was worth. It benefited one person in particular, but it turned out it might have been the worst for all involved. It's really it boils down to what could have killed WCW, and it really was Hulk Hogan and his creative control. One of the worst couples in the history of the professional wrestling.
That's fucking good.
You
won. We don't have winners or losers on these, but you won.
I was sitting there like, oh, fuck yeah, I have to put this. I mean, when you have creative control in your contract and you pull it, screw this guy, screw that guy, destroy the industry with that one. And
you
then
have to throw WCW TNA then because he did this.
Yeah, because he did the same thing in TNA. TNA went downhill.
You're an asshole, but that's perfect.
So it was a true power couple that took down potentially two companies, because TNA was in the slums for a while after that.
Right.
So Hulk Hogan.
I love it. You're an ass. Didn't think of it that way. Man, oh man. All right. That's a show, huh?
Yeah, that's a good show, I think.
Quick and easy show for the week. Next week we'll be back to recap an amazing Grand Slam.
Yep. Oh,
Can't
absolutely.
wait to watch that. WWE kind of in a hold now for a while. Yes, I know it's a road to WrestleMania, but we're in the start of that.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks out from Chamber. So we're in the grasp of every triple threat imaginable to put us in where we need to go.
Right.
Get the Chamber set. So in the lull for the moment, but we'll see pick up soon.
Again, it just popped into my head. The first 2 pay-per-views of the year for WrestleMania essentially be 4-match cards, because you have the Women's Rumble, the Men's Rumble. Throw 2 things in. Chambers last roughly an hour as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you have a chamber with 2 matches thrown in.
Yeah.
Why did it take me 48 and 3/4 years to realize that they don't give us much at the beginning of the year?
They do not. But they don't give us much throughout the year.
Well,
unless it's a big shows. But yeah.
Oh, that one?
The big bad bastard.
Right.
Shokishi or the Showster.
March's special will be an Ass Can Crusher.
Yep.
So we will dive into that. We'll look at a date and figure that out here in the near future. So if you like these specials, the best, the worst, the ugliest, the stupidest, whatever, you want to throw in some submissions, send them in at cancrusher69@gmail.com. We love doing these shows.
Well, we absolutely love these shows. That might not be a bad show. Submissions? Best in-work
Submissions?
submission moves.
Ooh, you're coming up with yourself. Oh, and by the way, phone number is dead.
Oh, we
I
got to play
didn't use
tap.
it. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the same phone number.
Oh,
It wasn't used in a week, and Google pulled it back.
I barely remembered our original number, so this is not going to be good. I have to learn a new one now.
Yeah. So I'll have to. I just got that email actually, I don't know, a couple of days ago, and I'm like, oh shit. So
Yeah,
I did nothing about it. Yeah, we got nothing. Not even a hey, this is your
warning.
credit card company
Yeah,
calling for get the new credit card or anything.
they realized it wasn't active anymore.
Yeah. So we'll have to get a new phone number if you guys want it. I mean, I don't want to go through the trouble of getting a whole new phone number, and you guys aren't going to call in. So let us know via email if you want us to get a phone number back.
Yeah. Included in, if you're sending in questions for Ask Can Crushers at cancrusher69gmail.com, let us know if you want the phone number. If you don't,
that's one less thing I have to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I miss hearing Moochie's voice, though. Why is my son sending me a can of vegetarian vegetable soup? He's at work, by the way. He's like, would you eat this? And it's a can of vegetarian vegetable soup.
Isn't that what vegetable soup is?
I would think. Well, probably the broth is not made.
The beef, it's beef broth, probably.
Beef or chicken. So now it's probably made with celery stalk broth.
Okay.
That's a different turn.
Best or worst soups.
Ooh. I do like submissions. So if you want to hear submissions in April, let us know. Don't forget we have factions that we want to dive into as well.
Yep.
I mean, April is WrestleMania time.
That is true.
I mean, I think we should do something WrestleMania related.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying best and worst cards because everybody knows WrestleMania 4 wins for me. And he should win for everybody else, too.
Could be main events.
We're fucking far away from that, though. We go by the chance.
You know what? In the countdown that I have going on, it's coming up faster than we think.
Oh, no. No kidding. You better enjoy this WrestleMania. Brother.
Maybe. See where I'm at.
Maybe. Got anything? What's going on this week?
It's Valentine's Day, obviously. Doing Valentine's Day stuff, but this upcoming week, nothing much on the horizon. I guess just mentally preparing to flip the calendar another year. So
already
2 weeks.
It's December.
Less than 2 weeks. Here we go. So we'll see what happens. But that's about it. There's not much going on. Work is work. I have to sit through a 2-hour meeting. You guys have already listened to it, but I've already sat through a 2-hour meeting and probably did not like any minute of it. So it'll be fun. That's just going to be great. But yeah, mentally drained. I'm probably mentally drained as you're listening to this right now. So,
touche.
What about you?
Playoff basketball starts tonight as you're listening.
Nice.
So we'll be weaning some teams down and getting roughly about a month break here in a couple weeks before we dive into softball and baseball.
Yeah.
And probably punching out on the radio for a while.
Give yourself a break.
So what?
Giving yourself a break.
Yes.
You got some races to train for here.
I do. I signed up for 3 more random ones. There is one because my goal is this year to do 2 half marathons. Everybody knows May is my first one in Pittsburgh. I wanted to do a fall one. Well, in Waterfall, Pennsylvania, If you know where that is, it's down like by Breezewood and I-99 starts and everything. It is the old I-99 where it's essentially a half marathon. If you want to do the whole marathon, you run it out and back.
Okay.
But it is through 5 tunnels. They do it in October. You're essentially running on the old road that was there. And I don't know, maybe I'm starting to be a nature-y guy too, but I'm like, man, that would be really cool to be running through that. Of course, you have to have a headlight because like all the lights and everything are down.
Right.
So I have to purchase a headlight to be running through the tunnels and such. And I'm like, I think. But then I thought, man, I'd really like to go somewhere to run one. Like, I'm keeping everything in Pennsylvania essentially this year.
Right.
You know, if you run Detroit's half marathon, you actually run into Canada for like a little bit. Yeah. You run across the bridge, hit Canada, and run across the other bridge.
Do you need a passport?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you just sign up and just hoping for the best at this point?
I did not sign up for it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, what would stop me from, hey, I'm running a race? Well, okay, you know, Canada lets you in just because you're running a race, and you're like, oh, I'm fucking in here. I'm running to Toronto now.
Probably 2 hours in.
Yeah. Sir, you were supposed to turn left at that other bridge.
I got lost. I got lost all over the lake.
There's one in Niagara Falls that I like too, where you kind of run right next to the river, and you get close to the falls.
Yeah,
the Buffalo side, of course. Yeah, I want something else big in the fall, but I've signed up for so many 5Ks on weekends. That's crazy.
A lot of them virtual though.
No,
you're going to destinations.
And like I said, I'm keeping them all essentially an hour or two away. Yeah. I'm waiting for Erie to pop up for the turkey trot. I know it's way early, but I promised. I said I'm doing the turkey trot in Erie next year.
Yeah.
So I'm dragging you and your family's ass out to do the turkey trot.
Oh, we'll be walking. We're not running.
Well, it doesn't.
So you're gonna have to wait a little bit till we get across that finish line, but
that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
We'll be there.
Yeah, that's.
Sir Hedrick will probably join as well.
See, I'm inviting myself up to have a day with you guys, but also get a run in. Is why I'm doing it. We went off the rails. Next week we'll be back with a normal show to recap professional wrestling all in a round. So remember, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things.
You're a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. Make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them.
Because you never know.
Mm-hmm.